everybody, and welcome into this week's edition of the Coach O Show. My name is Ryan Beckman, joined as always by the head coach of the Wildcats, Chris Ostrowski, providing you an inside look at NMU Wildcat football. And coming up on this week's show, we'll take a look back at the Wildcat win over Northwood. We'll talk with a couple of Wildcat coaches, your viewer question, highlights, and we'll scout the next opponent, the Saginaw Valley State Cardinals. But Coach, 2 in a row now, 4 straight over Northwood, a 34-15 win, another all-around solid performance from the football team.
Yeah, really excited about our demeanor. I just thought there's been a lot of adversity this season in terms of injury, just some really crazy stuff you don't account for, and to just see our guys stay committed to each other and to see us play good football in all 3 phases at home 2 weeks in a row. Really a testament to I think our staff, to our player base, and where we think this program is headed.
Let's start with the special teams here, and we talked in the pregame show about that on Saturday, and how important that was going to be. Northwood, one of the best kickoff, punt, and all that, but you guys really got to them and made some huge plays on special teams.
Great special teams club Northwood is. I mean, they have really dominated in most of the categories, so we knew we had to be really sound in our approach. And I think when you start to create an identity, we've played, you knock on wood because you keep moving forward.
Sure.
We've played some really good special teams football here in the last year and a half, and Saturday was no exception. We have a blocked field goal that gets scooped and returned 50 yards. We have a return punt for 50 or 60 yards. We had a sky kick, which we get field position and extra possession off our kickoff team. And you couldn't ask for more effort from our players. There's an absolute understanding of importance in this team with our special teams. And, I think we did a great job building a foundation last year, and we've continued to flow in that direction. And as a staff, Coach Maslowski, Coach Knight, all the guys that are involved in our special teams, which is really a collective effort from our whole staff. Everyone's got their hands in it a little bit, and we work real hard at it every single day, and our players have responded. So excited about that.
How about the punt team? Robert Solani was booming the punts all over the place. But the one stat I thought was telling was Brian Thomas, Northwood's punt returner, second in the nation of punt return yards average, 22.3. Held him to 5.3 on 3 returns on Saturday.
Yeah, that's exciting.
Yeah.
That's good. And I think Rob has made it very difficult to not solidify his spot here in this program as our punter. He's had a heck of a season, and another freshman, and I'm excited for him. He's a little bit of a legacy where his family. He's got an uncle who played here, and so it's exciting for him and his family, and mostly exciting for us.
Sure.
And special teams is critical. Understand, it's about a process, and it's about an operation. So Trevor Cruzel does a great job as our snapper. I think our protection is very sound. I think our players have an understanding of how to protect, and Rob has a unique talent, which is really what it is. To be able to catch a football and directionally put it in a place where is most advantageous for you as a punt team and as a talent. And we're excited to see that continue to grow and continue to get better. But no question, 100%. We knew we were facing a group that worked very hard in the special teams. In order to be successful, we had to make that an emphasis for the week, and we did that.
We'll continue talking about the Northwood game here, but first let's get to know a couple of the Wildcat coaches here on the Coach O Show. Joining us now on the Coach O Show, offensive line coach Rob Boss. Rob, nice to have you on the program. And as we begin, let's start talking about your playing career and your playing background, first of all.
Played at Northern Michigan University from 2002 to 2005. Went from here, played at the Green Bay Blizzard in 2006 in the AF2 under Bob Landsey down there, who's an Iron Mountain guy. After that season, went down to Chicago and played there for 2 seasons. The AFL took the season off, and that was when I got back up here and started coaching. And then actually was able to go down and play 1 more season down in Chicago.
What does it mean to you to be coaching where you played collegiately?
It's something that's really hard to put into words. It's a place that obviously when you go to school here and you take classes and you've been a part of this university, it really means a lot to be able to give back and hopefully bring the success into a football program that you've been a part of for so long now.
Finally, just your thoughts on the victory over Northwood, what you saw from the offensive line and even the offense in general on Saturday.
It was great to see us play with consistency. The way that we have really been striving towards is to be able to put really 3 weeks together, because even versus Grand Valley, there was a lot of successful things that we did. To be able to put 3 weeks together where we were running the ball with success, we were protecting our quarterback, and our quarterback was making good decisions, and the wide receivers making the plays that they're capable of. It was just good to see that continue, and to see them continue to build on that, and hopefully we can keep rolling.
Coach Bosch, appreciate the time.
Thanks a lot, Ryan.
You bet. Defensive line coach Joe Caniglio joining us now on the Coach O Show, and Coach, nice to have you on the program. Let's start first of all with your playing background and where you played collegiately.
Well, I played collegiately at Miami of Ohio. I played there under Shane Montgomery and Terry Hebner. Terry Hebner left after my first year for the Indiana job. And then played under Shane Montgomery, played defensive end for 4 seasons, redshirted. So I was there for actually 5 years, and then graduated. That was it. Just played at Miami.
What have you liked from the defensive line that you've seen this season?
A lot of things. I think it's a bunch of guys that play hard. It's a bunch of guys that love playing college football. When we recruit athletes here, we talk about what's important to these players that are coming in. And the number one thing that rings true is, do they love football? Do they love playing football? And I think that's what you see right now.
How much lift does it give to you as the defense, and also kind of translate over to the offensive side when you guys make defensive stands like that? Because there was a couple against Northwood, a couple times already this season. You made some goal line stands like that.
Yeah, it's awesome. It's awesome. I mean, obviously, it's a huge pickup for the defense, especially getting a stop like that, and having actually a couple of them that game was pretty awesome. But at the same time, we talk about it all the time: offense, defense, special teams, everything. When you're making goal line stops like that and you're blocking field goals, and that's when it becomes really special. Just giving that type of effort and doing those type of things is pretty cool.
Coach Caniglio, appreciate your time.
Thank you.
You bet. Awesome highlights from the offense on Saturday, which we'll take a look at a little bit later on in the show. Time now to get to your viewer question here on the Coach O Show. This week's viewer question comes from Greg Kredovic, and Coach, he wants to know what your proudest moment coaching is so far, both at NMU and otherwise.
That's a tough question. That's a great, Greg. That's a great question, Greg. As a football coach, there's a lot of peaks and valleys. There's no question. And as a family, we've moved around and made a lot of sacrifices chasing this dream. I would say the biggest accomplishment that I've had in coaching overall has been the relationship base that I've been fortunate enough to have with some of our players. I've been to probably 5 or 6 weddings. I actually danced with one of my first guys that I had, a young man named Nazir Jackson, who was a great football player for us, and I actually danced with his mom during that, the parent thing, and that was, I was probably 33, 34 years old at the time, and that was a great moment for me, and I've gone on to, have, been fortunate enough to do those things, and when you go to their weddings, that's, it's long after they're done playing for you, and that's pretty special. Here at Northern Michigan, again, the relationship base has been extraordinary for me, and I think that I've had some really special moments with some special guys that we've had here. It's hard to quantify because I think I'm so young in the process here in Northern. In terms of becoming the head coach was pretty special, and then putting a product on the field and seeing us kind of struggle a little bit early, and then see us evolve into a football program that was executing, that was fast, that was playing the football game the right way, and then to go out and beat a Grand Valley team that hasn't been done here in a long time, and finish the season last year the way we did. And I thought that was pretty good. I think surrounding myself with some great men as coaches has been a pretty extraordinary accomplishment for us. And there's been a bunch. It's hard to quantify right now in terms of I've only been here about 2.5 years, 3 years total, and we'll see how it goes, but I think there's going to be a ton of special moments here as well, and hopefully a bunch of weddings I'll be attending. And it's a great profession. Mm-hmm. It's hard, and it's not for anybody. It's not for everybody now. The life is ending and is over as we know it after a loss, and then you're on top of the world after a win, and that's tough on your family, on your kids, on your the whole scheme of your life. And it's a great profession. It's a terrible business, and it's not for everybody. But I've been fortunate, and there's been a lot of good here for me so far.
But we'll take a break. We'll come back and take a look at the highlights from the Wildcats' 34-15 win over the Timberwolves right here on the Coach O Show.
The Coach O Show is sponsored by Fry Chevrolet, La Dolce Video and Design, Ramada of Marquette, 100.3 The Point, Jeffrey's Restaurant, Matthews Floor Fashions, and ABC 10.
Come home to the Ramada of Marquette. A friendly, helpful staff is just the first step to a relaxing, comfortable stay. Newly renovated, spacious, and luxurious rooms with a full-service restaurant and bar, plus hot tub, pool, and sauna. Conveniently located near beautiful downtown Marquette, the family-owned and operated Ramada of Marquette, serving UP service for 40 years.
Make sure all our customers know that everything is on sale here at Fry Chevrolet.
Everything?
Yes, everything.
This 2014 Equinox?
Chris, everything is on sale.
What about the 14 Cruise?
Sure is. You can lease this baby for $99 a month.
What about the all-new Silverado?
Absolutely. You can lease that truck for $239 a month.
So all new Chevys are on sale?
All of them and all of our pre-owned vehicles. Everything's on sale until the end of the month. Make every day a Friday. FryChevy.com.
Welcome back to the Coach O Show. Plenty of highlights from the Wildcats' win over the Northwood Timberwolves on Saturday. So let's get into taking a look at those highlights.
Okay, we're going to take us to the goal line here at the end of the game. There were so many highlights this week, which is, obviously pretty exciting for us. But I thought we showed this sequence, and it's a great understanding of our players' commitment to each other and just wanting success. We're up in the game here significantly, and the game is at hand, and a lot of times the guys, they'll take the easy way out and let's be done with this. And they just worked as hard as they could to keep Northwood out of the end zone, and I'm proud of these guys and their effort. This was a first down play on the goal line, and we're inside the one here now, guys. They throw a slant, and Keyshawn Walker, who's another freshman playing for us, redshirt, does a heck of a job. We're coming, and we're coming off the edge. We're trying to create some pressure, trying to create some discomfort. All our guys are protecting. We're in man coverage, so it's you versus him. And I think he does a good job with coverage and really does a heck of a job of trying to create some separation with the football and the receiver. That was a nice deal there. We get into a second down now, again inside the 1 yard line. They go on their center, 3-step, which basically consists of a quick throw. They try to put it up in the air, try to create space on a corner out, and again, really good coverage in the pass game, and that's an exciting view for us. Again, we're trying to create some pressure. Kyle Polk getting through here, will be back with us, does a heck of a job of getting some pressure on the quarterback, makes him throw it a little bit early, and Pat Ryan, who's going to be a star here in this league, is just a heck of a football player, makes another good play on the goal line for us, true freshman, doing a heck of a job. Now we create a third down off a timeout, so they call a timeout, and we're at the end here. If you can see the score a little bit, about 15 seconds left in the game. They try to run a quarterback run play, and we just we stuff it pretty good. Just an understanding of detail and how important it is to keep playing hard. And, you would think this is a 5-point game, and this touchdown will lose it for us the way our guys are playing. And we're so young. We're just trying to create some continuity and try to create a little bit of competitiveness. And I'm just thrilled to see these guys playing as hard as they are. So now we get ourselves another timeout from Northwood, and it's a 4th down play. and you got to go. You got to go as hard as you can. They fumble the snap, and Nick Krause, who's about as physical as a kid is in this league, just plays so fast. He's pretty physical on his approach there. And, it's at the end of the game, and we're just trying to play football. Just so happy for our guys, seeing these young guys creating success for themselves. Happy for our defensive staff and the way we're going about our business. And, you're looking at a lot of guys here that are going to be here on the field. In fact, you're looking at a group that is going to be completely back with us. There's not a guy here that won't be back with us, and they're doing a heck of a job playing, working as hard as they can. So that's a great job defensively, and I can't tell you how excited I am to see them play.
Especially the effort at the end of the football game. They're up, but also the fact that their offense ran over 100 plays in the game.
Yeah, absolutely. That's a hell of a job by them, understanding the importance of controlling the clock and running a lot of football plays. Now you get into a blocked field goal, and again, I've got to research this a little bit, but something tells me there's been a little while since Northern Michigan has blocked a field goal and scoop and take it 50. And this is, again, a commitment to effort. And you see a lot of teams take this down off and take it for granted. And if you have any chance to be a successful program, you just can't take segments off. And our guys got after this really, really good. And we get after it. You'll see it on film. I'm not exactly sure who came up with the block because there was two right at the point. And then Thomas McNamara gets the deal, and he's screaming up the sideline. We're creating a little convoy, and at this point, you're excited to be a Wildcat. There's no doubt about that, and puts us in a short field. And again, our defense does a great job coming up with a big play for us. Brandon Parson getting skinny, as we call it, and Nick Krause doing a heck of a job going and getting his hands up. And then Thomas McNamara and Levi Perry playing the fake, being sound, and then let's go play football. And T-Mac running. And this kid is a special guy. Was one of the first guys we signed here a year ago, and I think he's going to be a star for us in the league. And again, short field. Now you got to play defense with us. Having the ball inside the 28-yard line, that's a big-time switch in terms of getting 3 points there. So great deal for us.
Officially, they gave the block to Brandon Parson.
Okay, all right. This is our point here where we are 0-0. You get, a little bit of a grudge match early. You got to find your way a little bit sometimes. And we do a pretty good job here with the scheme. And Christian Jesse, who's the slot up top, does a heck of a job of creating the seam, really splits the difference between the safety and the middle linebacker. The route forces the safety to understand he's got threat coming right at him. So when you're trying to create some things, you're trying to create some binds. You want to bind the guy. Do I cover him or do I cover him? And Shea does a great job of understanding which way they're going and throws a strike. And Christian Jesse has done this more for us in the last 2 years than anyone I could imagine. He's going to be really missed, and I was really happy to see him play as well as he did. But that's pretty good football right there. That's good on any level. Our quarterback's doing a good job of creating a little deception, and then he stands tall and throws a strike. That's good. That's a great football play for us. And then, obviously, none of it happens unless you can protect the quarterback. Sure. He gets it out of his hand so fast that it's tough to get there. So that's pretty good. Okay, now we get into a situation where we're down inside the 5. And, I feel pretty good that we've got a real talented young man that we're going to hand the ball off to for the next 3 years. And Wyatt does a heck of a job of understanding. You're going to create some mismatches and things predicated off run. There's going to be some times where it's 5 versus 6, so you got to figure out a way to even the deal a little bit offensively. And at the end of the day, you got to have a nose for the goal line. And that you've heard that saying before. He does a great job. Right at this point, it's a heck of a job by our offensive line of a hat and a hat. And then Wyatt's got to get a flat back, and he's got to get himself in the end zone. That's a great job. That's a great job for us. And you're going to win some games when you can score that way. So that was great for us. I think that was our second touchdown of the day. Okay, we get it going here. And now this is the play that is the most exciting for me in terms of this football program. If you're a guy that's truly a fan of this deal, that's a true freshman to a true freshman on 4th and 15. And that's a pressure moment. It's a strike. It's a little bit different of a scheme for us. And you got to get it out of your hand and put it in a hole, and he does a heck of a job. And that's pretty good football play. It really is.
Yeah, one heck of a pass.
Yeah, there's absolutely, and the protection's excellent. He's got a real good understanding of where we want to go with it. There's not a lot of wasted movement. Keandre does a heck of a job getting in the end zone. You're excited. At this point, you're excited, and we're rolling, and it's the third quarter, and you almost feel like you can't do wrong. So now we get into a situation where we have a run-pass option here. We're going to try to do a great job of understanding that, and Marcus Tucker, who's as talented of a young man as I've had, he's a sophomore, so you got a lot of youth making plays at this point. He creates a little bit of space on his route. And again, Shea Brown right on the money, and that's touchdown. So, if we can create these kind of things as the norm in that building, it's going to be a special time for us. This has got to become a normal thing. And we got to work our tails off in creating some consistency as we go here as the offseason approaches.
A lot of excitement on Saturday, that's for sure.
Yep, that's for certain. Happy for the guys. Happy for our players. That's good here as we go. Okay, now, I thought this one was really impressive. There's a couple things that are real impressive in this deal here. We get ourselves on another big-time third down. It's 3rd and 1. You're in a good position to kick the field goal. We're up. And we're going to run the football. And Wyatt does a heck of a job of creating this, of a little bit of speed downhill. But it's really about our offensive line at this point. I mean, they are doing a heck of a job of run blocking. We get to the second level. Now, at this point, it's you versus safety. It's simple. You got to create enough velocity, if you will, to get your pads down and get your butt in the end zone, or he's going to make a tackle. But you got to make a guy miss. That's football. But if we can get our tail back to the 3rd level, which is what you call that group back there, we feel pretty good about it. And then we've got a special player in Wyatt Jerson who was physical enough to run him over and get in the end zone, and that was great. Yeah, that was really great. And you see people get excited about some things, and I just loved it. Loved every bit of it. That's a great job, and people get excited, and that's touchdown. So all good stuff for us as we move forward. The thing that's most important is good habits become habits. But this doesn't translate until next week. We've got to restart. We've got to re-prepare. But you're looking at a group that's got a little bit of confidence now, so it's exciting to see.
No question.
Thank you, Ryan.
Let's look at the highlights from the Wildcats' win over the Northwood Timberwolves. We'll take a break. We'll scout their next opponent, the Saginaw Valley State Cardinals. That's right here on the Coach O Show.
Hey, Wildcat fans, it's trivia time. Where did Coach Ostrowski play collegiate football? Was it A, Rowan University, B, Jersey City State College, or C, Widener University? Find out after the break.
For the best breakfast in Marquette, come to Jeffrey's, where you can enjoy made-from-scratch baked goods with your breakfast. We also make fantastic homemade lunches and have a delicious dinner menu. On Friday nights, we serve up a great fish fry, which is sure to have you coming back again and again. Top it off with the best homemade pies in town. I'd like to invite you down to Jeffrey's, where it's all about food, family, and friends. Located up on the hill next to Econo Foods in Marquette.
Hey honey, what do you think about this one?
I love it.
Yeah, me too. But it's a little more than we were thinking.
Not much more. I'd rather get it right the first time.
Yeah, you're right. Think the kids will like it?
Hey kids, what do you think about this one?
That's my favorite.
See, I told you, coming to Matthews was the right choice.
Friendly, relaxed, comfortable. That's the Matthews difference.
Where did Coach Ostrowski play collegiate football? The correct answer was B, Jersey City State College.
Okay, Welcome back to the Coach O Show. Wildcats heading out on the road, taking on Saginaw Valley State on Saturday afternoon. And Coach, let's first scout the Cardinals. 8-0 in conference play. 1A straight, a tremendous football team.
Yeah, they're a monster. They're undefeated in the league. They're in the top 20 in the nation. They're playoff bound. They've got a senior quarterback and a senior wide receiver who was as accomplished as anyone in this league. Defensively, they're fast. They're physical. They've had a lot of success. And, we talk about it all the time, right? A great barometer.
Absolutely.
Let's see where we are. And, we're going to embrace the process and let the score take care of itself. And we're going to do the best we can to compete and put ourselves in a position to win the game. We're not going down there to kind of, hang out a little bit. But, they're a great football team. And we better be really, really good to have a chance.
You talk about their quarterback, Jonathan Jennings, a big quarterback, big, strong guy. Jeff Janis, their All-American wide receiver. But did you guys head out on the road? What are some of the keys to trying to win on the road? Not just this game, but overall.
Yeah, I think we've done a pretty good job being pretty detailed in our approach and how we go about segmenting our time. We try to break the travel up. I think we do things in a first-class way. I think we stay in great places. I think our administration has been over-the-top supportive and given us the finances to do that. At the same time, this league is tough to win on the road, and it's tough for everybody. And you gotta find a little bit of success when the ball gets kicked off. And we're gonna do everything in our power to create some success on the road. And if we don't, we're never gonna make it to where we want to be. I mean, there's no confusion there. So we're going to go about our business the same way we've been. I think it's a good plan. If I didn't, we never would have done it in the first place. It's not a situation where we've kind of taken a poll and see how we're doing it. It's what we've done, and we're going to continue to pound away at that. And the biggest thing is try to create some comfort for our player base, for our coaches, and we'll try to get that done here Friday morning when we leave campus.
I would say the players to themselves, they have the right mentality when they go. They have that business-like mentality.
Yeah, you've been on the road with us. Yeah, I think we went to Grand Valley and we were committed to just creating an effort. The thing for us, it's different. Is this will be Shea Brown's second trip ever.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's there's so many players. Chris Washington that are prominent guys for us that are doing things for the first or second time. As we grow, we'll continue to get better at some things. But overall, you got to have a great week of practice. You got to be prepared for the product that you're going to face. And then you just got to play when the ball gets kicked off. And, if you're in the NFL, you're going to play 16 games and 8 of them are going to be away. If you play college football, pretty good. If you're playing a 10 or 11 or 12 game season, chances are half those games are going to be away. You got to be committed to finding a way to create some success for yourself on the road, and we've got to get that done if we have any chance to evolve as a program.
It's going to wrap it up for this week's edition of the Coach O Show. Coach, good luck against Saginaw on Saturday. Next week here on the show, we'll take a look at highlights from Saginaw Valley State. We'll scout their opponent for the final game of the season against Fair State as well. Get to know a couple more members of the Wildcat family and your viewer question as well. That's next week on the Coach O Show. Thanks for tuning in. So long, everybody.
The Coach O Show is sponsored by Fry Chevrolet, La Dolce Video and Design, Ramada of Marquette, 100.3 The Point, Jeffrey's Restaurant, Matthews Floor Fashions, and ABC 10.